There we go. Hi, everyone. This is Honor Garrett, your health, life, and mindset coach. Welcome. Thank you for being here today. Yesterday, we covered movement and meditation, and I posted homework in the unit section on the Facebook group. And it was very easy homework. Just number one, pick one exercise you want to commit to. Number two, just try meditation, see what it does for you. And number three, maybe journal on both of those things. But today we're going to talk about toxic consequences. And really, first of all, I need to explain, what is a toxin? Well, first of all, a real toxin is something that is a harmful chemical that's produced by a living organism. But we're not really going to talk about those toxins. That would be a bee sting or whatever we got, a frog or a poisonous snake. But toxicants are the toxins we're talking about today. And those are harmful chemicals and substances that we ingest or inhale or actually even produce inside our body that can break down and cause havoc on our organs and our system. So we're going to refer to those as toxins today. And why do we want to learn about toxins? Well, I don't know about you, but sometimes you may be trying to lose weight. I have several clients, they were trying to lose weight and they were doing everything seemingly right. They were eating a good diet, they were getting exercise, they were getting good sleep, but for some reason, they just could not lose the weight. And if that is the case for you, then you might be toxic. And it's all connected. So you may not be heavily toxic, but if you're doing everything else right, that would be my guess of something that you might need to address. And I do want to tell everyone here today that I'm not a doctor. I'm a health coach. I'm not trying to diagnose or anyone or cure anyone, but I am here to add value, give you some good suggestions and things that you might want to try that have worked for me and others that I've worked with. So what is happening when toxins enter your body? Well, it's actually causing inflammation, but it causes a array of other things. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown. There's a lot of information today, but I'm going to go through it quickly because the facts you can find, but we're going to end up with some really good, juicy material that you want to stay on and make sure that you wait till the end to watch it all. But toxins, on top of causing inflammation, they damage your organ systems in your body, which is like your digestive tract, your kidneys, and your liver. And those are your essential organs that get rid of waste and detoxify your body, along with your skin. So you really want to take good care of those. Toxins also damage your DNA, which can cause increased aging. Toxins actually poison enzymes in your body. And enzymes are responsible for every physiological function in your body. It signals it signals your body to grow cell structures and to produce energy. And so if toxins are inhibiting that, it's really going to wreak havoc on your health. It damages cell membranes, which actually causes problems with signaling. It could be in your body, say your body needs more insulin, but because you're toxic, your brain might not be signaling that your body needs to release more insulin, and therefore you end up with more problems. Modifies gene expression. You may be predisposed to a possible disease, and you may never get it if you take good care of yourself and you stay not toxic and you keep detoxifying your body and eating the right foods. But if you start having a lifestyle that is not so health inducive, then you will switch that gene expression on to where you will get that disease. So it's all about prevention. And then also toxins or hormone disruptors. It causes all sorts of imbalances in our hormones. For just an example, it could affect your thyroid hormone. And so if toxins are in there and they're not letting your body signal that you need that thyroid hormone, then you're going to really have extreme fatigue. Some people have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. So how do you know if you're toxic? Well, I'm going to run down a couple of the symptoms, and you're going to say, well, I've got all of those. And it doesn't mean that you're toxic. It could just be that you're eating poorly. But toxins and a poor diet pretty much go hand in hand because there are a lot of toxic chemicals in bad food. So if you are struggling with brain fog, constipation, low energy, skin issues, unusual body odor, bad breath, rashes, physical aches and pains, headaches, bloating, gas, heartburn, gosh, it goes on and on, sleep problems, food allergies, and you have trouble losing weight, if you are doing what you think is everything right, sleep, exercise, eating really good, clean diet, then you could be toxic. And so, and a few other conditions that are related to toxicity are Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and dementia, autism. A lot of autistic kids have to be on very special diets. And wear special clothes that don't have the flame retardants on it, and use special detergents, because all of those toxins actually do have an effect. And over time, it's not going to happen once. Just like if you smoked one cigarette, you probably aren't going to get lung cancer. But just being exposed to these things over and over and over again, there becomes a buildup in your body if you aren't eating right, because you're overloading all your liver and your kidneys and all the organs. They can only process so much at a time. So also certain cancers and arthritis and digestive issues are all related to some toxicity in your body. So what are some of the things that actually make us toxic? What are those toxins? Well, heavy metals are one. That would be like lead and mercury and cadmium. Those cause organ failure. So that's a biggie. Heavy metals are not good to have in your body at high levels. Old lead paint, actually eating too much seafood that is high in mercury would be like tuna and sea bass. And I happen to love both of those. So I don't eat quite as much as I used to of that, just to be on the safe side. Your body can detoxify. It's just you don't want to overload it. Radon, formaldehyde, and benzene, those, and asbestos, those are cancer causing. So that could be anything from old flooring and old roofs and old houses, everything. And I live in a 120-year-old home. So you just have to take precaution and do the right things. Pesticides and BPH. BPH is the stuff that's in plastic bottles, and it leaches into your body, especially if you leave a water bottle in the car and it's hot and it leaches into the water and you drink it, then that can cause hormone disruption in your body. So that's an endocrine disruptor. It could cause infertility, obesity, aggressive behavior, prostate and breast cancer, or even cause low testosterone and low sperm count. So that would be, like I said, the plastic bottles, food can liners, detergent, flame retardants, lots of cosmetics. Make sure you're looking into how your cosmetics are made. And things like Roundup that we all use to kill weeds. That's actually the chemicals used in that product are actually banned in a lot of different countries, but not in the US. So molds you can have mold toxicity, and that's a really hard thing to get rid of if you have it. And it can take months and years to actually detoxify yourself of those molds. So that's a very important thing to just be aware of. Also, our diets. I call it SAD diet, which is the standard American diet. That whole pyramid that we have, it actually should be turned upside down. What they recommend actually, I always say, is not the best for your health. We need to kind of switch those amounts and turn it upside down on its head. There's also mental, emotional, and spiritual toxins. And what I mean by that is What are you exposing yourself to on a daily basis? What is the mental chatter, the mindset that you have going in your mind? Are you lonely? Do you feel isolated? Do you deal with anger and jealousy? All of those things actually create toxins in our body, and it can be very detrimental. So that is, again, why that movement and the meditation that we talked about yesterday is so important. Medications. Medications, it actually to me is somewhat comical because I realize that people need to be on certain medications. They could probably lower those medications if they were eating better for a lot of things, not everything. But the side effects happen to be twice as much or 10 times as much higher of different side effects than if you just didn't take it at all. So you have to decide which one would you rather do, because you have to remember that when you take a drug, it is not curing you. The only thing a drug is usually doing is it is addressing the symptom. So if you're addressing the symptom, if I have a headache and I take an aspirin, my headache leaves. But why did I have that headache? There was something in my body, there's a function that's going wrong, that's signaling my body that something's wrong, and it's giving me a headache. So if I can figure out what that is, maybe I drank too many drinks that had an artificial flavoring, and maybe I should go, instead of taking aspirin, maybe I need to cut that out of my life and I wouldn't get headaches anymore. So it's just all about getting curious. We also have internal toxins, and we could have bad gut bacteria, we could have fungus, we could have yeast overgrowth. Those actually happen inside our body, and by taking the right supplements or eating the right foods, we can keep that at bay, which is good. So really the good news is that our bodies are amazing detoxifying machines in and of itself. They should be able to do the job that they need to do, but because our colon, our large intestine, it's literally like a self-cleaning oven. So our small intestines, they absorb all the good nutrients, and then the large intestines get rid of all the waste and all the toxins and things that we don't need and that are bad for our body. Our liver cleans up everything. So everything that you put in your mouth, everything you put on your skin, or you inhale into your lungs, it all gets into your bloodstream, and it all has to be filtered through your liver. So your liver is so important in the whole process of detoxifying in your body, as so is your kidney. So your kidneys also filter blood, and they create urine, and then that waste is also washes through your body. So that's great. And then we all know the skin is the largest organ, and it sweats, and all of those toxins can get out through your sweat. So here's the thing. In order for our bodies to detoxify, we need to make sure we're feeding our body and our organs the nutrients it needs to stay healthy and do the function that they're supposed to do in our bodies. So it's all connected. Like I started from day one, everything is connected. So if we continue to consume refined oils, trans fats, added sugar, colorants, artificial flavors, and sweeteners and processed foods, then we're not only starving our organs and ourselves of the nutrient it needs to stay healthy and do its job, we're creating an environment of inflammation. It all goes back to inflammation. It's a vicious cycle. Inflammation leads to disease. So how do we lessen the effects of toxins in our body? Well, I'm going to give you 10 really quick, easy things that you can do. And number one is avoid the toxins you already know about. And so if you know you shouldn't be drinking out of a certain plastic bottle, use stainless steel or glass, something that's not going to leach into your food or leach into your drink. And stay away from pesticides. And if you make sure you wash your vegetables, stay away from fertilizers and things like that, or just at least keep your distance from them. Stay away from canned foods if you can. always better to do fresh or frozen, always. Number 2, eat clean. Well, we all know that. We're gonna eat good, I laugh every time I try to say this, cruciferous vegetables, leafy green vegetables, and all kinds of vegetables of every color, and then also low glycemic fruits. Number 3, we're gonna exercise. We wanna sweat, we wanna get those toxins out. Number 4, we wanna meditate, relax, de-stress. That means so much, because if we can de-stress our body, when we're stressed out, number 1, our functions in our body shut down anyway. So that's lowering the ability to actually detoxify, and it's just going to slow everything down. So we also need to de-stress on top of eating the right foods, so the foods can do what they need to do. Then we need to make sure we heal our liver. You could do a liver cleanse twice a year. It's really about eating the right things and eating them in mass quantity. Or also taking care of your gut, which makes sure you get on a good probiotic. Number 6, drink water. I'm telling you, drink as much water as you can and stay hydrated. It's kind of like this, you don't think about how important water is, but say you're in your backyard and you want to grow grass, and you buy the grass seed and you put it all out, you get the fertilizer, you do everything because you want to grow grass, but you don't water it. Well, it's probably going to die off, and the sun's going to hit it and it's going to die. It's the same thing with water. We can put everything into our body, but if we're not hydrating and helping everything and the nutrients get to all of the cells and help absorb and all that, it's really, put it this way, water is going to speed up all the absorption and all the good stuff that we put in our bodies, and it's going to help get rid of the toxins through your urine and other things like that. So, and then 8, minimize drugs if you can, and what I mean is prescription drugs or even over-the-counter drugs, and limit your alcohol. And if you do drink alcohol, do it moderately, drink glasses of water in between, just be responsible with that, and know that it does cause toxic chemicals when it breaks down in your body. And then 9, obviously we want to sweat. So if my husband and I go to hot yoga and we love it, but if you don't want to do hot yoga, you can go to a steam room or a sauna, but it's a really good way to get the toxins out of your body. And then 10, I haven't spoken about this very much because I can actually do an entire workshop on this, is make sure that you're taking supplements. And like I said, supplements and vitamins and minerals, they're essential, and it's very controversial because a lot of people will say you don't need those vitamins because you should be eating right, and you absolutely should be eating right. But what you don't realize, or what you may not realize, is the apple today or the tomato today doesn't have nearly the nutrients that the tomato 40 years ago had. Our soils are depleted. There's fertilizer and pesticides, and so we're not really getting the same quality of food that we did a long time ago, unless you can go to your local farmer's market and things like that, which I would highly encourage. Because when you get something at the grocery store, you don't even know how many weeks or maybe even a month before that food even reached the grocery store. So supplements are really important. And a lot of people just say, oh, well, it's expensive urine because you just pee all of that out. But you really don't. Your body absorbs what it needs, and then what it doesn't, then it does eliminate. So, and there's no way for us to know how much it needs and how much it doesn't. So I really truly believe that good supplements are important. There's a lot of good ones out there. I'm happy to share with you what I use if you want to know. But the number one thing you need to do is really research it. Make sure that the company that makes the vitamins, that know their process and how they do it, and make sure that it's made and it's not made under high heat and things like that, that would kill enzymes and kill the potency of the vitamin and make sure that it's clean and doesn't have additives. So those would be the 10 things that would be the fastest way to make sure that you are not too toxic. So now that we know toxins are real and they do have a major effect on our health, are we going to eliminate all toxins? Absolutely not. But it's all about awareness. I'm just asking you to listen to your body, get curious, especially if you have symptoms, because the foundation of optimal health is you want to mind your mind, you want to slow down and relax and be grateful. And then you want to learn to take 100% responsibility for your choices. Embrace your new choices. Today you've learned a lot that might have even made you a little fearful or caused a little bit of anxiety. But I just want to invite you just to relax. Just know that knowledge is power. Now that you have a choice to respond in order to get the results that you want. So if you feel anxious, let's just take a deep breath. Just sit there quietly, take a deep breath in, breathe in fresh air through your nose, and then slowly exhale through your mouth all the toxins and all the worry. And if you do that 3 or 4 times, you really will have a sense of calm and peace. Because I need you to know that life is always going to have circumstances and situations that you're going to have little or no control over. And we're not responsible for those circumstances. Don't take that burden on for yourself. But we are 100% responsible for how we choose to respond. And so remember, choice is your power. The most important thing that we will ever do in our lives is make decisions. Now, that doesn't sound really sexy, but man, is it powerful. Every decision you make is one to get you closer to your goal. It's your decision. So that's really empowering and kind of exciting. So just know that change is really the only way we grow, and growth is the only way we get better in life. So when I work with clients, I really help them shift from seeing challenges as problems to seeing every challenge as a gift. The gift is awareness, to know this is an area of my life that maybe I need to work on and grow in. Most people come to me initially to lose weight. And I love to help them do that, but they soon realize that there's so much more than that behind it. So because I coach people, I coach the whole person, I address every area of their life that affects their well-being and their ability to thrive, health coaching really quickly turns into life coaching. So everything from your physical health to your mental health, your spiritual health, your relationships, your career, and your purpose, it's all connected. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So I get so excited when working with my clients, and I'm just thinking out loud, because they get better results than they ever even imagined they would. And when you see that aha, I call it the light bulb moment, go off in their head when they actually really get a concept, it's priceless. So if you want to know more about what I do as a life coach, I invite you to go check out my website. It's honorgarrett.com or honoritcoaching.com. And you can book a free 45-minute coaching session with me. And it's really a time for you to ask questions. There's no pressure, and see if life coaching and health coaching would even be something that you're interested in, or for somebody you know, so that you would want to recommend. But today, for tonight, for homework, I really just want you to think about what toxins are in your life. Can you identify those toxins? And if so, are there some you can eliminate? At least a little bit, to a small amount, just to lighten the toxic load in your life. And then tomorrow, I'm really excited. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow, because we're wrapping up the Honor It All Wellness Workshop. and we are going to talk about key takeaways from the whole week. Just really quick that you're going to be able to take away tools and tips to incorporate immediately to start achieving your goals, how to implement a plan and a strategy to get results that last, and offer insight on how to accelerate those results fast. So I want to thank you for today. It's been my honor. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.